At everyone. Danganronpa. At everyone. Whoop. That seems to be working. I'll have to keep an eye out for the frames, but it seems to be pretty consistent ever since I raised the priority. I'm still not entirely sure what the problem was. How loud is this going to be? Probably pretty loud, right? It was pretty loud. It was pretty loud.
Danganronpa.
Do 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 do. It's this one, right? Probably this one. Yeah, it was this one. Alright. Class trial time. Oh, shit. We open the door and there's like no one in this building. We have gone through so many people at this point. Are we missing someone? No, we're not. Wow. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I'm acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Hey Kyoko, what do you guys say about this? Standing around here isn't gonna do any good. Let's get going. How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat? Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. I sound too much like Taka right now. It wasn't me. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into the steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all-too-familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you? Huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Hell yeah, I want to save my game in the pre-trial prep period. Alright, we're gonna open the e-handbook. We're gonna read all the truth bullets, as usual. Monokuma file number 4. Victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Status of Sakura's body. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Magazine shelf bloodstain. A bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There is no current explanation for how the bloodstain would have appeared so far from where the victim was found. Polka dot candy wrapper. At one point, Oe had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Oe, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. Glass shards on the floor. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. Monokuma figure was found lying in the ground in the rec room floor and fit roughly in the palm of your hand. Figure on the floor. Monokuma bottles. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Empty protein drink. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container held a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that were broken to get into the rec room were found both around and underneath the container. Locker handprint. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the lock room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Oe's account. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya's account. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but he also claimed that he never went to see her and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko's account. Toko confirmed that she's received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. Pocket trash. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. Probably matches the... Yep. Yellow powder. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Kyoko's examination summary. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found on either of her hands. The no blood found on either of her hands is important. Monokuma's bottle experiment. All of the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. Let's see, magazine dying message. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. Chem lab shelf. On the shelf in the chem lab, section A contains supplements, section B contains reagents, and section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as section C had been placed into section A of the shelf. Source of the powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Footprints in the powder. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Okay. That's about all we needed. Let's set our skills that we don't use. And we don't have. Perfect.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
Yo, Gamer Fan, welcome!
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, Where to begin?
So if the one who killed Sakura is who I think killed Sakura, then I wonder how this is gonna turn out.
Whoa! Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Okay, that's not knowing who did it.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I never killed
Horribly?
Sakura, no way.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Always a count. Okay, sure.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before.
It was one of you.
Okay.
One of you killed.
And what reason did
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Shut up, Hiro!
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Her hair changes position based on how energetic she is. I just noticed. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then, does that mean one of them did it? Is it ever that easy? Is it ever literally the first suspect? Pocket trash!
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
There's a clear contradiction in something one of them said just now. If they didn't go see Sakura, then how can they explain it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to... There's no way that one of you is...
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Shut up, Hiro!
No, it's wrong.
You dumb fuck. If you did kill her, you are the dumbest
Kira,
goddamn
When we
murderer.
were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is, Sakura loved the candy too much to share. Hiro got the candy from Hina when Sakura got that candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
What a sudden possibility.
Yeah, Hiro, you aren't making things easier on yourself.
We just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are acting incredibly
You're
suspicious.
acting incredibly suspicious.
That's my favorite comeback.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even
At the scene
be?
of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
No, she didn't.
Her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
I don't know why you would think that was gonna work, Hero.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's a good question.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
You never investigated that crime, Hero.
If you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message on it, it was on the magazine shelf, under the magazine, above the magazine shelf. On the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
Yep.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Yeah. Yeah, obviously it did. Magazine dying message, got it.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Do it.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Sure.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But at that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, right, that's not how that works.
When I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
It's weird that they're making me call him on this contradiction when it's so obvious.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, is it not? Really? That wasn't the solution? God, it's so fucking obtuse what they want me to shove in which hole.
Dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final
Is it
words.
magazine shelf?
Total sense.
See, this is the problem with the class trials. It's never clear
I can tell you exactly
which
when I found the
series of
dying
words they want me to put where.
Ogre's body was discovered.
There. I don't even know why that was the answer.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
The what?
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Yeah, there's also the issue that Sakura did not write that message.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
We can be sure she didn't.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Hero, without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Naegi, are you getting smarter? It does feel like he's getting a little smarter.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
30%.
The occult is bullcrap.
Whoops.
Give it a rest.
I can't believe I missed so much.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
It almost feels like it's not locking
The
on,
end
right?
is 9. Show me the proof.
Or am I just hitting it
At
too
least
weird?
30% right.
I might just be hitting it wrong.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Shut up. Shut up, you're wrong. Did I not die during that? That's actually surprising. I feel like I drained my heart supplies.
Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yup.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hero could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
If it helps, Hero, I'm about 30% sure you didn't kill her, so...
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not convinced.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message if that doesn't make sense? Why he picked Toko? Why the magazine was hidden? Why didn't he use Sakura? Why the magazine was hidden? Probably why the magazine was hidden.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
He's not lying?
Nope.
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
And who do we know that fucks around with crime scenes for the jollies of it? Byakuya.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think.
No,
there's
I'm
any
fucking around. It's
question
probably
about that.
Toko.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't have liked what was written on it. There's only one choice. Kyoko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
Hero, shut up.
No, you didn't.
Blast you!
No doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hero isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Kyoko's examination summary. Status of Sakura's body, yellow powder. Interesting.
I didn't want to, but...
That's an interesting set of bullets right there.
I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
Yep, I knew that.
And I hit Ogre from behind.
Correct,
before
yep.
she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Here we go.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer.
Hero hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head. Wow, that's the most direct they've ever given me an answer.
And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Shut up, Hero! I'm saving your life!
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines
Your
dead
internet
bodies
keeps going
as
in
a
and out?
hobby.
Oh, that sucks.
Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Yup.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
That's right.
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Pawn, Rook, Bishop, King.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
The Knight.
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be, it's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each the bottle is holding. How did I just figure that out? Hangman's Gambit. What do they want me to put? Chess piece? Chess piece. Okay.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces.
Yup.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Yup.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
Correct.
So, what's that matter?
So we're missing the queen.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Correct, Tina.
So we only have
You're
evidence
keeping
for
up.
5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Hero, I'm trying to save your life. I need you to stop talking.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was excited!
I got it!
Maybe they were lazy and forgot to add a queen piece bottle. Oh shit, we didn't think of that. What if we all die because just because Monokuma was fucking lazy? The bottle must have been broken.
Makes you so sure.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves it is, Kyoka and I figured it out before. I imagine it's bottle experiment, right?
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
The knight piece weighs more? I imagine the queen piece weighs more. But, you know, maybe.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe
What
it
is your
was a
objection?
second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever.
Fair enough.
So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Hiro, why the fuck was this not mentioned? You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
Hiro, if we survive this, I'm going to beat you to death.
and you just now decided to share that with us?
He is so rightfully pissed off about this.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Jesus Christ! Hiro is the dumbest character in the game. It's official.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
She was probably in the locker.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Yeah, that's a great defense. No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the truth bullet time battles. Sure, I'll hear more. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. I have been. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Select it the same way during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q or use the mouse key. Mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless just this once, okay? You dick! Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Wait, this is halfway? Really? Oh, shit. Really? This is halfway? Well then, good luck and have fun. How is this halfway? Everyone's dead. Are they including school mode?
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! I don't know anything. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. No! That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
I mean, it helps that I could instantly figure out the evidence. So I knew it had to be somewhere. Although there was a brief moment of panic where I was like, oh god, I don't see it.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What?
Whoops.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Someone get the pepper! Her, you mean... She can just trigger that at will, I guess. Interesting.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well, then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
I feel like I'm not the only one that's gonna beat Hiro to death after this trial.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Nope. It wasn't?
Tell us
Naegi
your
says?
story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Kyoko's examination summary. Status of Sakura's body, yellow powder.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Fuck. So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
You were taken by surprise. You smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Shut up, Jill! I'ma save your life, too!
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Alright, I noticed before.
That's just
He's just a bit slow.
Bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf was... magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it.
You expect me to believe a little tiny 5'3" girl moved a 6'5" giant muscular woman?
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
What's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
She weighs like 100 pounds.
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
But she didn't.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
No.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
Nope.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because... I was in the locker!
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
I almost regret not saying I was in the locker.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
She wasn't.
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her! Thank you very much!
You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Yep.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
No.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Well, maybe the fact that she was vomiting blood, Hina.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Monokuma file number 4.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If there's one place I might find a clue, it would have to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre? It wasn't from Chicken. What was it?
There's no other that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the
Shut up, Hina.
No, that's wrong.
I'm trying to save a serial killer's life.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Just a chance, though.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Dun dun dun!
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
I've decided this is what happened, and therefore it's right. Because I've never been wrong before.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Oh, that's a good quote. That's a good quote. If only I could configure Streambot to have a fucking quote system.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Dun dun dun!
Is that...
C9!
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
No, his probably came from Section A.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottled poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements. I'm positive. Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya had put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it was the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Oh, that tastes awful.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents onto one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder? Which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Oh god, what the fuck do they want me to put in? Poisoner. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Fuck you for making me know how to spell this game. Bam, bitch!
Now I understand.
Get out the way!
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. A cup filled with water.
I got it!
That was a weird one.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be. It must be what I found in the shelf. Footprints in the powder?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
I like how no one swept up this
The
fucking
footprints
poison.
were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
I knew it.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yup, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers are Makoto and Hina, Makoto and Byakuya, Makoto and Leon. Shut.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Hina's always in a rush to get to the vote.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina.
True?
Oh.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Ah, that explains everything.
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Hell yeah, it does!
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
I also think Hina didn't actually kill her.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Shut up, Hina. I'm trying to save your life here.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Shut up, Jill! I'm trying to save your life here!
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
One more go-around. In the chem lab, where were the footprints and what direction were they facing? These facts clearly contradict what Hina just told us.
First I went to section, that's when I grabbed the... And he spilled some of the... Yeah.
Okay.
And then I moved from section C.
Shut up, Hina! I'm trying to save your life here.
You said you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Did?
He's just having a mental breakdown.
You gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
I love how she's being, like, sarcastic with him. Just be like, God, Byakuya, shut up. You are not as smart as you think you are.
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
I would be happy to.
Me?
If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue. The rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
A window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window. According to what Hina said, the bottle of poison should have been... Does it want me to say Rick? The bottle of poison should have been in section A of the shelf? I'm confused. I'm confused by the wording of this.
I got it! The bottle
Okay.
of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Better keep fucking up,
I'll
Byakuya.
grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the can into the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window, if I can concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind.
I think it's empty protein drink to what he says at the end, because the protein drink was found on top of broken glass.
It had to be. It was in there.
It was. There we go.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
This is the moment Byakuya realizes that if he had killed someone, me and Kyoko would have instantly figured it out.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
She's just like, fuck.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, we didn't.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh shit, did we just smack some respect into Byakuya?
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I think the one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been...
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Yup.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Moment of truth. 2 in 1 battle, huh?
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're
I'm
a liar!
not good at rhythm games.
You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong!
Okay, it actually does feel like it doesn't lock on immediately after I hit it.
You're a liar!
Like, if I hit him in too quick of a succession, it seems not to count.
Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took
This should prove it.
Got him.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Fucking got ya.
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison!
Hina, shut up. I'm trying to save your life here.
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. The killer was me! Makoto Naegi! You already know the answer, right, Makoto? Let's not drag this out any longer. Oh, looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. That is never not worth it.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course. Sakura wanted to create the locked room?
I got it!
Yep.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison.
She's like, if I keep this door open, people are gonna keep hitting me with bottles.
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ugh, ogre. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Yes, Byakuya. Whoever would have done something like that? God, it seems so dumb to frame yourself for a murder, doesn't it? Jeez!
Enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Night. Magazine. Peeking out of the locker. Putting the magazine up. Boo! Rawr! I'm Genocide Jill! Bottle. She's like, I just keep getting hit with bottles. I'm gonna drink this poison.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. when he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Yep.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive.
Yo, Brendan Dobbs, thanks for the host.
So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort...
I like how he's turned backward dramatically.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact.
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Byakuya, this isn't... You're acting like this is the first fucking time this has happened.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Ha ha! He's just like, oh, shit. That was undeserved. That was undeserved. Makoto never does it on his own. Makoto's dumb. I'll take 79 medals.
Okay. I think we can all agree.
How is the game only half done? Everyone's dead. As far as I can remember, this is everyone that died. Are there like a bunch of cases that got cut out of the anime? Is the ending different? How are... It said we were halfway done.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and
There are
cast
two endings?
your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna
Is it in...
be? Okay.
a joke ending you might like? I know you can kill Kyoko. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try and cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of
What are
us.
you thinking?
And yet you... Why would you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the
I
one to
couldn't
die.
let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand? Let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. Oh, she did... Okay, I was about to say, Sakura, maybe in the future write a suicide note, but I guess she did. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care. If I suffer for this, it's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness.
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't
my
forgive
closest
this.
friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina,
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet... And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right there, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I met you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for, but when I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial? Okay, Byakuya. Byakuya, you don't have room to talk on this issue? Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is a bit shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it wait. Got a little country there for a second, Monokuma. Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut.
And?
So then what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm glad
do?
you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend, Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our wait. Oh, I guess we're doing Sakura's voice. It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither of the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why, Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my Nojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of the conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then, Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Aha, now the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? No one here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And no one can blame Hina either. What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely. Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now, I have only one thing to look forward to. And that is the heap of the harshest possible punishment unto which the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. If that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go, and if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you see that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! But wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna. Is it me? Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh, shit. Excavator Destroyer. I don't even know how that was physically possible. You. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. Whew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all living things? Within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze the data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop? The data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it, a gift from me to you. Or maybe it was like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey!
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being useful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed? Woohoo! The punishment this time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing, it makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're mad. Just like, unreasonably upset.
well.
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more left to Sakura's note. Huh? Woohoo, do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the Mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is, the Mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Whoopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for the day. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
Haha, sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now? There's one last line of the note. And just let me say this to the Mastermind. I'm not gonna just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Whoa, wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead thing has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try and get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Woohoo, think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was all that about? Sakura's final message? Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off? And the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel just awful thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
What?
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there, other than head back up? Oh yeah, let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. I love that. Just shut up. I did it. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball. Apparently, you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abusive give and take. Me! I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But that story wasn't even close to over. Apparently, we're only halfway done somehow. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. Maybe it means we're only halfway done with, like, word count.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up! Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. What does Mechanical Bear drink? I've always assumed it was some form of alcohol. But also you never see him drink it. How the fuck did she get into my room? Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? I don't know. Now would be the perfect time to end the stream, if we're being entirely honest. But we haven't gotten to the end of the chapter, and I feel like it's not too much further. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor to ask. I need to ask. A favor from me?
Makoto.
What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not just gonna lie down and die, I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. Leave the area? Yeah, we'll leave the area. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not there. It's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand on the door and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor?
What's this?
Oh boy, what are you up to, mister? Yeah. Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, you're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, it's nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Now you too? Whatever, the two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it, let's just go. Okay. Yeah. Go on, get out of here. Shoot. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. No, hold on! Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and leaves without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. If I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Huh? Kyoko is right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
Oh, shit!
The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
All-star apologies. Maybe it means there's 8 chapters. I am baffled at the... Oh, that's just clever. I am baffled at the claim that we're only halfway through the game. I literally don't believe it. Alrighty. Save slot 4.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
And with that, we are going to go ahead and call the stream. Hope y'all had fun. I did. Next scheduled more than half... Right? Thank you! It was like, we're halfway through the game. I'm like, fuck off with that. Next scheduled Danganronpa stream is on Thursday. Might try and do Final Fantasy tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, I've been Sacrabolic, your Envoy of Hope, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.